Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. I have something here that I have always been curious about, and many of you are going to go, what? You've never handled that? This variation of it. Fortunately for you guys, I have many different sizes of this knife to showcase up against it so you guys can get a good gauge. The other interesting thing about this knife is that it is in a new steel, at least very new to me. I'm honestly not sure how long this steel has been around, but it is very interesting, and I have heard only good things about it, so it should be kind of fun to at least talk about it, and I'm sure Taylor will be down in the comments. We can get his take on it. Thanks so much to eKnives for sending this in for me to take a look at. This should be available. I'll link it down in the description. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me, and make sure your notifications are turned on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel. So, we do have an AD20, and look at this. This is the I, so international. That means that everything is exactly the same as a normal AD20 and made in the United States, except for the blade. The blades are ground out and heat treated, to my knowledge, and sharpened in, is it Italy? I think so. But anyways, yeah, it's essentially exactly the same thing. It's just an Italian blade, unless they do it somewhere else now. Clip point in Nitro X7. What is Nitro X7? Apparently, it's Nitro V on, it's an overused statement. It's on steroids. Bringing Nitro V, adding something to Nitro V and turning it Super Saiyan or something like that. I'm not really sure. By the way, this says, oh, I thought it said black G10. This is blue G10. So that is accurate. But it does bring it well up into super steel status. Oh, this is substantially thinner. Wow. So I have an eye. But this is my first time ever experiencing the full-size AD20 in the slim model. Well, that does get nice and thin. This is the elongated clip point. Yeah, beautiful. As somebody who owns both the USA version of the Demko AD20 and the international version, in my opinion, it does not matter which version you buy. It legitimately does not matter. Now, if you want your knife made entirely in the United States, go for the full Demko, right? But as far as the international ones, especially if you plan to use it, like if you're not planning to like hold on to it and it's my precious, and then you're gonna resell it later, like if you're gonna use it, just go with the international. If sometimes it's just an availability thing, and I think that was the whole goal. But yeah, this is substantially thinner and lighter. So you guys know that. One of my favorite EDC folding knives of all time. This is a knife that I recommend to every single person on planet Earth. I don't care if you get a premium one or you get one of the, basic kind of entry-level ones, but the Demko Shark Cub is absolutely one of the greatest EDC knives to ever exist. So here it is up against the Shark Cub, and we're also going to put another knife that I recommend to pretty much everybody, and that's the AD 20.5. Both of these knives are made in Taiwan, not China, Taiwan. But you can see here the difference. And then I will also, this is my own personal user international. This is an AD 20i, but standard thickness. So we're going to put this one here. As you can see, it's obviously the same, but I think it's probably worth doing this so you guys can take a look and see the difference in the blade stock there, which we will absolutely measure. And obviously the tip is going to change depending on which blade shape you get. There's a lot of different blade shapes, but your blade stock thickness up against the 20.5, they look to be very similar. I think they're probably the exact same stock thickness. The Shark Cub, I bet you, is still a little thinner. Yeah, that's absolutely the case. Now, I also have the USA version of the Demko AD20 in titanium, which has the exact same blade shape. This is one of the oldest ones. This was like from batch number 1, where even the hardware is different. But I believe, it's still kind of the same thing. The blade stock thickness is still like 180 thousandths on these. But when you have a titanium version, The titanium scales means, like having the titanium scales on there means no steel liners and no, underneath the G10. So the knife overall ends up being a little thinner. I think these two in handle are probably almost identical. Yes. Yeah, they absolutely feel that way. Let's put their butts together. See what I mean? So so the slim or the 80/20 I slims, or what do they call these? The box has gone away. The box is gone. The box is gone now. That's sometimes that happens. Just no clips through the table and through the floor, or it's just because I'm blind and can't see it. Yeah, 80/20 I slim. So it is the same handle thickness as a standard full-size titanium one, right? Obviously substantially thinner. I mean, it is meaningfully thinner than the full thickness G10. But then your blade is thinner than both, right? It's also noticeably lighter. Like we'll actually, here, before we do, because the other one that I have out here is the XXX, which is just comically gigantic, right? So we'll go ahead and do that one. We'll put that one in here just for fun, right? If you've never seen the XXX, the XXX is a freaking huge, a very, very gigantic version, right? But there you go. The XXX got to make an appearance. Let's measure the blade stock thickness, and then I will absolutely weigh it. Here it is. It's just not in the right place today, because I want to give you guys all of this information here. If you're trying to decide which version of this knife to buy, it is a knife that, like some version of the AD, whether it's Shark Cub 80/20.5, 80/20 Slim, full size, or there's even other versions like the compact or whatever that I don't have. This appears to be somewhere around 130 thousandths. So I mean, like, it's kind of middle of the road. I'm going to measure it again just because I don't trust this bag of cats freaking thing. I'd say it's probably closer to 125, whereas your standard thickness 80/20s are, it's okay, 175. Your I wonder if the 80/20.5 is, let's find out if it's the same thickness as that. God, this thing. Okay. Yeah, so it's maybe slightly thicker than the 80/20.5. And obviously the Shark Cub's going to be the thinnest. I'll try to have links for all these different versions. Yeah, this is going to be way thinner. And like your... I know people are going to ask, so I'm going to do it anyway. This guy's about 1/4 inch. All right, this is Praetorian tie area. And then it's the full-size American titanium one should be exactly the same thickness as this guy, but we will check it anyway. 170. It comes at 178, so yeah, it's going to be about the same. So yeah, we're looking at roughly 127 thousandths on this guy, but your cutting edge comes down and gets very thin, and I got to say, it feels quite a bit thinner than the 20.5, and I think it's just because of the grind and the blade height on this guy. Everything looks great, feels great. It's, there's nothing different there. It's Demko. I love the manipulation of the shark lock, and if you don't know, the shark lock was created by Andrew Demko, who is the same gentleman who created the Triad lock and the Scorpion lock. I mean, this is an unbelievably powerful locking system. It is at least as strong as the Triad lock. It's just substantially easier to manipulate. I personally have never had a shark lock fail. I've never had one fail, and especially with the 20.5 and the Shark Cub, I've been pretty brutal with those things. They are super duper tough knives. So the G10 version of this knife comes in at 5.1 ounces, which is still pretty darn heavy, right? Now, putting that up against like the 80/20, like the full size, is this like almost an ounce heavier? Yeah, it's over an ounce heavier. 5 ounces versus 6.2. So this shaves off considerable weight. And if you're looking at a full-size titanium one, I want to say this one's like 7. Yeah, it's 7.2. It's 2 ounces off of that one. The 8020i versus the titanium 8020.5. This is 4.1 ounces. It's going to weigh even less if it's in G10 or micarta or whatever else they make it. And the aluminum shark cub only weighs 2.6 ounces. And just because it's funny, we will go ahead and do the fat boy here, which comes in at 10.7 ounces. But this is well within my own personal range. I've always thought this would be a really good model for me. Of course, I would want it in this blade shape. Like this blade shape is just ideal. Like this or this slicer grinds. Like these are just ideal. The clip point's fine. It's just for what I use it for. But I love carrying this guy. Part of the reason, the reason I wanted to look at this, that I don't get to keep this. I'm going to send it back to eKnives. But the reason I want to look at this is because I love carrying my 8020i, and I use this. And I mean, I don't baby this, but it's so big and the blade is so thick. It's just not necessary. It's a joy to carry and to get out and kind of whip around, but it's not really a joy to cut with. This feels like it would cut substantially better. So I will do a full review on this guy, and I'll try to provide some additional information on the blade steel here, so that you guys can at least have something. But like I said, Taylor will be down in the comments, and if he wants to, he can kind of give you guys a little read up on that if he's got some information on it. I don't know the appropriate HRC range, and I also don't know how Demko is heat treating it, but I can find out, and I will include all of this information in the review. In the meantime, of course, links for all of these except for the XXX and don't expect me to have links for the full-size American titanium version, and there's definitely no way to get that one. But for all of the stuff that's available, I'll have links down in the description. You guys can check them out. I recommend this to everybody. That's going to be it today, guys. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.